What's up, everyone? This is Jalen Phillips of the Miami Dolphins, and you're watching South Beach Sports. Make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications to never miss a video. Click the links down below to stay connected on our other platforms. Fins up, baby.
What's going on, everyone? This is Luke from South Beach Sports, and in today's video I'll be giving my predictions for every single game of the Miami Dolphins 17-game schedule. Now, obviously, the main story going around right now when it comes to the Dolphins is obviously the Deshaun Watson rumors, and I'm not going to make a video about this just because I believe that a lot of these rumors and speculations that are being talked about are fabricated either by Deshaun Watson's team or by Houston, as they would like to find a trade partner for Deshaun Watson by the 2021 season, so they don't have to pay him, I think, $10 million for him not to play. So I'm really not going to talk about these rumors that much. I mean, Chris Robinson of Yahoo Sports came out with that initial report that the Dolphins are frontrunners for Deshaun Watson. He then backtracked on it a little bit, I think a day after. So I'm not going to be making a separate video on the Watson Tagovailoa rumors. If you want my opinion, I think Tua's staying right where he is, and I do not think the Texans will move on from Deshaun Watson just yet. Like always, make sure to like the video and go ahead and comment down below your record predictions for the Miami Dolphins in 2021. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe. We are around, I think, 130 subscribers away from 1,000, and that's obviously a huge goal. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're a huge Miami sports fan. Also hit that post notification bell, I forgot to mention. Sometimes the videos don't pop up in your home feed, so if you want to know when my videos get released, go ahead and hit that notification bell so you do not miss anything. So in week 1, the Dolphins will be traveling to Foxborough to take on the New England Patriots, and I'm not gonna lie, I always expected Cam Newton to be the starter, at least for the beginning of the season, and if he was named the starter for week 1, I probably would have picked the Patriots just because the Dolphins have historically struggled with mobile quarterbacks. But to our surprise, Cam Newton was released and Mac Jones of Alabama was named the starter. Now, I think Mac Jones will probably have a solid career in the NFL, but the Dolphins are a tough week 1 matchup for him. Flores has always looked really good against rookie quarterbacks, and I think that trend will continue, and the Dolphins will start off the season with a 1-0 record. In week 2, the Buffalo Bills will travel to Miami and take on the Dolphins, and I'm predicting a little upside here. I think the Dolphins will come out on top and break the losing streak against the Bills. Here's why. The Dolphins, one of the Dolphins' main issues last year was a lack of weapons. They really didn't have that much playmaking at the receiver position. That shouldn't be a problem this year as they added an abundance of talent. So I think the Dolphins will be able to go blow for blow with the Bills a little bit more on offense. And considering they'll be riding high on momentum after that week 1 win in Foxborough, I think the Dolphins will edge out the Bills and have the early edge in the AFC standings. In week 3, the Dolphins will be traveling to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And this is one of those games where I went back and forth on. Obviously, the Raiders have Derek Carr, who I believe is an underrated and pretty talented quarterback. I like some of their weapons on the outside, but considering the Raiders lost so much O-line talent this offseason, I think the Dolphins will be able to put a lot of pressure on Carr and stifle the run game, and I think this will propel the Dolphins to their 3rd straight victory and start out the season with a very respectable 3-0 record. In week 4, the Indianapolis Colts will travel to Miami to face the Dolphins, and I think a lot of this game will be contingent on how well Carson Wentz will mesh with his new team in Indianapolis. Obviously, Wentz used to play under Frank Reich in Philly, as Reich was the offensive coordinator, so I'm very curious to see how these two will mesh yet again, but I do think the Dolphins have the edge on the defensive side of the football, and I think they will edge the Colts to improve to 4-0 in the season. Now, in week 5, the Dolphins will travel to Tampa to take on the Super Bowl winning Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are obviously led by the arch nemesis of so many Miami Dolphins fans and Tom Brady. Now, I think the Buccaneers just have too much talent on that front 7 with Jason Pierre-Paul, Shaq Barrett, Devin White, and Levante David. And I think they'll be able to put a lot of pressure on the Dolphins' pretty weak O-line. And I think the Dolphins will have their first loss of the season and fall to a 4-1 record. In week 6, the Dolphins will travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are obviously led by rookie quarterback Trevor Lawrence, who I think will develop into a top 10 quarterback very soon in this league. I think he is the quintessential generational quarterback prospect, and I think he's going to be amazing. But obviously, well, like I said earlier, Brian Flores has had a lot of success over the course of his career in defending rookie quarterbacks, and I think that'll be the case here. I think Lawrence will have some success, but I think Flores will limit a lot of that. Just speaking on the Jaguars for a minute, I do have a lot of doubts on how Urban Meyer will translate to the NFL. There's been some mumblings and some murmurs coming out of the Jaguars camp that some of the Jaguars players are not super thrilled with Urban Meyer, so I think that'll be an interesting development throughout the season. But anyways, back to the Dolphins. I think they will improve to a 5-1 record. In Week 7, the Dolphins will go back to Miami and take on the Atlanta Falcons, who will be led by the likes of Calvin Ridley and rookie Kyle Pitts. And while this is a sneaky trap game for the Dolphins, obviously Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts will put a lot of pressure on that Dolphins secondary. I think the Dolphins will do enough on offense to come out on top. I have a lot of doubts and concerns about what the Falcons will bring on the defensive end of the football, and I think Tua Tagovailoa will have a lot of success in this game and lead the Dolphins to a very impressive 6-1 record. In Week 8, the Dolphins will travel to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills for the second time this season, and while I did pick the Dolphins to win in Week 2, I am not picking them to win in Week 8. The Bills are a very, very good team, guys. They're led by Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs on offense, and it'll be really hard for a team to beat them twice in a season series, and I don't think the Dolphins will be able to do that. Another factor in this is that the Bills will be at home, where the Dolphins have struggled a lot as of late in Buffalo at Orchard Park. So yeah, I'm picking the Dolphins to lose this game and fall to 6-2 on the season. In Week 9, the Houston Texans will travel to Miami to face the Dolphins. I'm not really going to talk much about this game just because I think the Texans will probably be the worst team in the NFL, assuming Deshaun Watson does not return to Houston this season. And yeah, not going to say much. I think the Dolphins will win this game pretty easily and improve to 7-2 on the season. In Week 10, the Baltimore Ravens will travel to Miami to face the Dolphins, and this is another one of those toss-up games. I think both teams will be in the forefront of the playoff picture come Week 10 of the NFL season. And considering the Ravens are led by Lamar Jackson, a very, very mobile quarterback who, like I've said, the Dolphins have struggled a lot with mobile quarterbacks in the past. I think this trend will continue, and I think the Ravens will edge out the Dolphins and force Miami into a 7-3 record. In Week 11, the Dolphins will travel to New Jersey to take on the New York Jets. And one of my best friends is a Jets fan, and he's confident that the Jets will be able to win 7 to 8 games this year, and I frankly do not see it. I think Zach Wilson will have his fair share of rookie struggles, and I think those struggles will be very apparent, especially against Brian Flores, who, like I've said, is very good against rookie quarterbacks. So I think the Jets will fall to the Dolphins, and the Dolphins will improve to an 8-3 record. In relation to the New York Jets, the Dolphins will take on the Carolina Panthers in Week 12, who are obviously led at the quarterback position by Sam Darnold, who of course is a former New York Jet. And given how bad the Panthers were on defense last year and how bad I think they will be this year, I think the Dolphins will come out on top, and I think that Tua and the offense will have a very, very good game. In Week 13, the New York Giants will travel to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And just to speak on the Giants real quick, this seems like the make it or break it year for Daniel Jones. The Giants spent a first-round pick on a receiver in Kadarius Toney out of Florida. So I'm very curious to watch the Giants this year and to see if Daniel Jones is able to seize the opportunity and look like the future franchise quarterback of the Giants. In relation to this game, though, I think the Dolphins will come out on top. I frankly do not see the Giants as a playoff caliber team, and I think the Dolphins, as they're making their playoff push, will not take the Giants lightly and come out on top and improve to a 10-3 record. The Dolphins have a bye week in Week 14, and in Week 15, the Jets will travel down to Miami to take on the Dolphins for the second time this season. And while I do think Zach Wilson will have more success against Miami this go-around, just because there's more film out from that first game, I do still think the Dolphins will come out on top. I think there is still a huge talent gap between the two teams, and I think the Dolphins will improve to a very impressive 11-3 record. In Week 16, the Dolphins will travel to New Orleans to take on the Saints, who I think a lot of people are predicting to have a huge drop-off this season just because they don't have Drew Brees. And while there will be a small drop off, I do think that Jameis Winston will surprise a lot of people. He's very talented, and I think Sean Payton will be able to take advantage of those talents. I think the Saints will be in the thick of things in the wild card playoff push in the NFC, so expect Caesars Superdome, which sounds really weird to say, to be absolutely ballistic for a Week 16 Monday Night Football matchup, and I think the Dolphins will unfortunately take a loss here. In Week 17, the Dolphins will be traveling to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans, who are led the quarterback position by, you guys know it, Ryan Tannehill, which sounds weird to say, but I'm so happy for Ryan Tannehill. He's had a lot of success in Tennessee, way more than he's had in Miami. That's what happens when you actually surround your quarterback with great talent, but that's not the topic of today's video. But yeah, I'm really happy for Ryan Tannehill. The Titans obviously have a punishing running attack led by Derrick Henry, who's one of the best running backs in the league, and they acquired Julio Jones over the offseason to pair next to A.J. Brown, who is one of the most underrated receivers in the NFL. And just because of this high-powered offense, I think the Titans will come out on top. I have my questions and my concerns about the Titans defense, so I think this will be a shootout type game, but I do think the Titans will, like I said, come out on top and force the Dolphins into an 11-5 record. I want to apologize real quick. There's some music in the background. I really have no control over that, so the music will probably be there for the rest of the video. But anyways, in Week 18, the first Week 18 in NFL history, the New England Patriots will travel down to Miami to take on the Dolphins for the second time this season. And while I do think Mac Jones will be a lot more refined in the Week 18 matchup as in comparison to the Week 1 matchup, just because he'll pretty much have a full season under his belt, I still think the Dolphins will be able to come out on top, just because the Dolphins at this point are on a 2-game skid, and I think they'll really want to finish strong and enter into the playoffs on a winning streak, you could say. And yeah, I think the Dolphins will be able to come on top and end the regular season with a very, very respectable 12-5 record. So that's going to be it for today, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell so you do not miss a single video. And like I said earlier, make sure to comment down below your record prediction for the Miami Dolphins in 2021. I'm predicting a 12-5 record, which without a doubt will push the Dolphins into the playoffs. And I think Tua Tagovailoa especially will have a very, very impressive year 2 and really cement himself as the franchise quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. And yeah, that's gonna be for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.